Hey guys, this is Argatha, and I'm doing another tutorial. This one's about wards. Now, you probably have no idea what wards are, so I'm going to tell you. First, we're going to start with a fire ward, so F and E, and then middle click, or self-cast. Now what happens, you'll notice that there's this little ring underneath your feet. Now, the color of the ring denotes what type of ward it is. So this is a fire ward. This is a cold ward. Life ward, water ward, lightning ward, death ward, earth ward, and we're back to the fire ward. Now, what wards do is they make you resistant to that element. So for instance, the fire ward, you take 50% less damage from fire. Normally this does 80 damage per tick. But if I have this up, I'm only taking 40 damage per tick. The other benefit is for all of the wards, each element that has a secondary effect, a single ward of that element will make you resistant to that effect. So, if I walk through this with this ward, I won't get lit on fire. If I walk through this with a cold ward, I won't get chilled. If I walk through this with a lightning ward, I won't get mini stuns. And if I walk through this with a water ward, I won't get wet. This one's a little different, because you don't really think of Earth having a status effect, but it does. It's Quake. So if you self-cast Earth, you'll do a little earthquake, and that knocks people down. But if you have an Earth ward, you cannot get knocked down. Earth is also a little different, because you would think that it just makes you resistant to earth damage. But it goes a little bit beyond that. You will actually take 50% less damage from ice, 50% less damage from rocks, and 50% less damage from weapons. Another thing that's a little bit unique about this ward is you may notice that I have this really cool looking rock armor that I'm wearing while I have the ward on. See? What that does is it increases my mass. So I am heavier while I wear this. You may also notice that I walk a little bit slower. And if I do a double earth ward, see now I have 2 rings around me, I move even slower. Now what this basically means is if somebody tries to push me, it's going to have less effect on me. It's still going to push me back, and it's still going to, basically stun me so I can't cast spells while I'm being pushed. But it's going to be harder to push me. I'm going to be pushed less far, and I'm going to be pushed less fast, as long as I have this up. And if I have this up, I have more mass, so it's even harder to push me. That's basically the Earth Ward. Now, this ward you should have up all the time. This is a lightning and cold ward. And I'm serious, have it up all the time. Don't let it fall off of you. If it falls off of you, somebody's going to do this to you. They're going to freeze you, and they're going to shatter you, and of course, you'll be dead. So keep this up at all times. This will increase your survivability a lot. Now, there is an exception, and that's fire and mines. If you see somebody drop mines in front of your face, you need to do this ward. This is S-E-F. So I'm warding death, so I take 50% less damage from death, and I'm warding fire. I take 50% less damage from fire. So I take less damage from those death mines, and as I showed you, what most people do is they'll cast those mines, and then they'll queue up 3 fire, they'll step backwards, and they will channel that fire in your face. So you're going to take a bunch of death damage from those mines, and then you're going to take some fire damage from the spray, and you're going to get set on fire. This prevents being set on fire. You take half damage from that fire spray, and you take half damage from those mines, and basically you take half damage from that entire combo. So this is a good one to remember. So, to recap, keep this up at all times. If you get set on fire, or you see somebody drop mines, switch to this. Now, as soon as you are no longer on fire, or as soon as they've destroyed the mines, switch back to this. The reason is, if somebody sees you wearing this, they know that this spell is going to be less effective. So they're going to, since lightning and cold are no longer effective against you, they're going to switch to one of the other 3 damaging elements. Now D, Earth, is pretty easily blockable. You just cast a wall and you're fine. Somebody tries to shoot you with a rock, it's not going to go through. They can twist fire into it and they can break that wall down, but you can pretty much just keep walls up faster than somebody can shoot rocks. So what they're going to try to do is they're going to drop mines, spray fire on you, and it's going to hurt like a bitch. So keep this up whenever you see somebody drop mines. Keep this up when you get set on fire. And as soon as you are no longer on fire and not at risk of being damaged by mines, switch back to this. So, again, to recap, keep this up. If you see fire coming at you or mines coming at you, switch to this. As soon as that is no longer something that is happening to you, switch back to this. All you need are these 2 wards. Now, really, all the wards are useful. So, this is a useful ward, this is a useful ward, these are useful wards. But, these block the most predominant spells and combos in the game. So if you keep these up, and you learn these, and you get to the point where you can cast these instantly without ever messing up, you'll be in a pretty good spot. When I was new, even before all the recent changes, I used these 2 wards all the time, and I did fairly well. So I recommend that you do them too. I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope you practice these 2 wards and get good with them, and I hope you understand when they are useful and can get better at using them. Yeah. So, see ya.